love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.
What up, guys? We're back. Another episode. Me and BJ here. Got another guest today. Our special guest is the main head commissioner who's been starting this league. Been running this league for a while. Cole is on the call with us. He will be joining us later today. But to start off, we're gonna go through some of the week seven interesting game. The undefeated, no more Pittsburgh Steelers. They lost to the new user, who's an old-time guy that just got back into the league. Joe, he lost him in a record-breaking performance from Chris Godwin. New segment called Buy or Sell. I'm going to be asking BJ rapid questions to see if he buys or sells, and he can give me his input on it. Obviously, no more playoff race. Our second in-season power rankings, and then, as you know, Cole, our special guest, the Q&A. So, BJ, how you feeling so far?
I'm feeling good. I'm tired, man. Trying to get myself together right now. I'm trying to wake up a little bit, but I'm feeling good. Interested to see what Cole has to say in here. You know, our head commissioner don't do any work, but
yeah.
Jokes. But yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's go. So we'll start off the game 7. Interesting game, not the game of the week. The game of the week was not as an interesting as this. However, you see it right. Pittsburgh Steelers lose in a third, 37-36. I mean, Money Mills, man, 445 yards. Oh, that's a good game. 2 touchdowns. Yeah, that's a good game. Good job. And then he throws 7 interceptions. So that's not something you want to see if you're a Pittsburgh fan. So 7 interceptions. Howard has 4 of the interceptions. 2 only have 3 completions on the day, but 2 of them for touchdowns. So Raheem Mostert had over 100 plus rushing yards on 18 carries. Cedric Wilson, my apologies. Cedric Wilson, not Joe Waldo or Tyreek Hill. Cedric Wilson with the big game of 102 yards and a touchdown. I mean, you see that Derrick Henry was not featured here because Derrick Henry was out on a storyline. Crispy pulled a rookie move. He saw the breakout lines, that flat tire. If you ever see that, you don't touch it, you don't look at it, you run away from it because one of your star players will be injured, and it happened to be Derrick Henry. So he just said, screw the run, we're not running the ball, and threw it for 44 times. So, DJ, how do you feel about this? I mean, Crispy's been talking about smack. He's been able to back it up the most season. And then out of the blue, like, no one saw this coming. He just loses the game by a point, so.
Yeah, I think actually Derrick Henry got hurt in that game, if I'm not mistaken. I think he said Derrick Henry got hurt.
Oh, no, so there's a storyline called Flat Tire. If you activate that storyline, it'll go through a press conference where a certain guy will be injured and won't play that. When you click to that storyline, you can't go back. You're screwed. You're locked in. And in that storyline, it was Derrick Henry that was out for this week. So,
well, first of all, that's a trash storyline. Matt needs to get rid of that. That's ridiculous.
You get a bunch of XP for it. If that makes you feel any better.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't make me feel better at all because I could just think about that happening to me and it'd be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, so it was not a good day. Crispy was a little salty. We called him out for it. We put it in the last video, the choke video, but we had to go through the actual stats to show you what actually happened in this game. Crispy not unbeaten, so that's unfortunate. But Money Mills may had a record day on the bad side of things. But Chris Godwin had a record day on the good side of things with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Man, Chris Godwin had 10 catches, 201 yards, and 6 TDs. That's a record there, man. I don't know what he was doing in this game. I really would, like to see exactly what was going on in that game and how he was getting those 6 touchdowns. But that's crazy.
If it's anything I've seen him play, I'm not kidding when I'm joking this. Ag catches are ridiculous this year. So he has 6'5" Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, not the tallest receiver, but still a superstar abilities, probably sneak out a lead on him. Can't confirm nor deny that. And he just throws those high passes with Tom Brady and says, hey, Chris, go make a play. If you're pressing, you don't have a good quarterback over there, I mean, Chris Godwin has a good shot coming down with it. So,
I mean, I played him, and I just don't know how he got 6 touchdowns in a game. If he played any way like he played against me, there's no way he got 6 touchdowns in a game.
BJ must be so salty from the game. He complains he played slow and lost, but that's a story another time. So we'll get. Don't need to go back in the past.
I'm going to take as many shots as possible.
All right, but now we got something interesting for you guys. Okay, buy or sell. What is buy or sell? I will be asking BJ a certain amount of questions. We're probably going 3 or 4. Keep the video a little bit shorter today. Of if he's either buying the hype or selling the hype. Number 1, this has been no one talked to the group chat, and it's been the whole division backed himself with this. Does the AFC West represent the Super Bowl? Do you buy that or you sell that?
I'm gonna have to buy that, and I think my biggest reason is just that they have 2 of the best players on the AFC in that division, so it's a higher chance that it happens. And I watched a little bit of that game today against the Chargers and the Broncos, and they look like they have a chance to get there.
I can agree with that statement. I understand that statement. Me, I'm taking the AFC. I am selling on that. I think that Colts and Cam, his defense, he plays very fundamental offense and fundamental defense, and it's proven so far. And Crispy, I mean, yeah, he just lost to the Dolphins. I mean, but man's always a threat. I mean, you can look at it. He came back the following week in week 8 and threw for 8 touchdowns. So it's hit or miss. He also has Derrick Henry, and if you can't throw the ball, running the ball with one of the best running backs in the game makes things a lot easier. On to question number 2, though. All right. Buy or sell? Buy or sell? Does Barnes win MVP? As Madden said right now, Barnes is number 1 in the MVP race. And as a defense player, I've never seen a defense player win MVP, but they have Barnes at number 1 right now. Do you think he can keep up the high ratio of sacks to TFLs to make sure he locks away the MVP, or does a skill player catch up from behind?
Burns, but yes. No, I sell it. I think somebody's going to catch that. Normally, somebody gets hot at the end of the season, and it's kind of hard to keep those sacks going now. Maybe he's user rushing. I don't know. So, I'd have to see how he plays a little bit more, but I'm going to sell that one.
All right. I was hesitant at first. I didn't know what to do, but I'm gonna bet on the small odds that he keeps it up. I will buy that that Burns can win it. The reason why I buy it, edge threats are ridiculous this year in Madden, and he's just killing for the Panthers. He's got speed and a lot of finesse moves in his ratings. So I believe that he can actually pull away and finish it off and get a bunch of sacks and TFLs to win the award that he is right now. Maybe he'll get a couple D-line picks too and be able to take that to touchdown, but who knows on that rate. All right, I got one more. We're going to stop at 3 today. I got one more for you. This one is a very controversial topic. You're going to really think about it, okay?
Okay.
Buy or sell a team with a losing record right now makes the playoffs.
A team with a losing record makes the playoffs. I'm actually going to buy that.
All right. Yeah, buy that. I mean, we should keep teams have losing records right now. Raiders have a losing record, but they've been on the hot streak. He came out and commented and said, hey, Roro said, I'm not losing another game this season. So far, he's backed it up. So, but he is in the AFC West, so it's very difficult. He's got very, very challenging road the rest of the season. So it should be interesting right now that AFC, you got the Dolphins have a losing record, but it's Crispy, one of the top users in the league.
I think that's what I'm betting on right now, I think.
The Dolphins. You're betting on the Dolphins as a losing record to come back and make the playoffs.
I think he might take over the Bills spot.
Okay. Bills might lose their spot. I can see it. All right. The Panthers, they just dropped another game. They're 2-7. But can he turn it around and make a run for it? Go 10-7 or 9-8 and make the playoffs? The NFC is wide open this year. for the wild card spot, so anyone can hop into that 7th seed. So, but there's interesting teams that you feel like they have talent there, and they've shown in the past match and somewhat this match that they can compete at a high level. But sometimes they make too many mistakes, or they just get flustered and they don't proper decisions. So, but that is going to end the buy and sell. We're going to add more different topics, like keep it interesting and stuff of that nature. So, moving forward, we're going to go through some of the league standings right now. So, not league standings, playoff race. So,
all right, so looking at our playoff race right now, we have the Colts, who's alone at the top of that number 1 spot in the AFC now because of that loss that Crispy took. But he has an opportunity later in the year to, get some revenge on everyone and take back over that spot when he plays Cam later, I think around week 12. So we have that. We have Cole here at 3rd place, which, that's a percentage, I guess, however Matt is doing that. Jets winning the division, so he's a little higher than the Chargers. Chargers, they play Denver again, so I expect to see that's as a good game. Maybe I think they say they played the last game of the season.
Yeah, the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Raiders that we just talked about. That division is going to be very interesting. The Raiders can keep on a hot streak. I mean, there's going to be a lot of competitive, close games in that division.
Yeah, so that that division might go down to the last game of the playoff.
Yeah, so whoever wins the division and stuff like that. We might get 3 AFC West teams. We might get 3 AFC East teams based on this picture right now.
Yeah, and you see the Raiders looking to get into that playoff picture as well as the Titans. But NFC, Cole has taken full advantage of the win that he had last week against the Vikings, that game of the week, where he was able to jump to 1st place. Atlanta played, he lost, so I'm going to jump him next week as the week advances, or which one we're looking for, fixes itself, I guess. The league hasn't changed the standings yet.
Yeah, once we advance, they'll fix the Daddy Leagues will fix that playoff race, so you'll be in the 2nd place coming into next week.
And then everything else will adjust that way. You see, if you go down, the Bucks has actually jumped into a good shot at making the playoffs now. He started off a little rocky. He got a good win against me, and he's looking to move into that playoff spot now. Very
talented team in there, so you can see that as well. But Week 8, we're at the midway season. Madden releases MVP awards. We talked about ours. We somewhat agree with Madden, but we most of the time don't agree with Madden. But we got our 2nd power rankings of the season right now. So it's a little change. Cam coming from the 2nd spot all the way to the 1st now. I mean, taking the top dog, being undefeated right now. Cam's been playing very fundamental, not flashy football, stuff like that, but trusting his defense and trusting that run game with JT. And Matt Ryan making throws where he needs to. It was a rough start for myself. We went 0-1 at the opening weekend. People were riding off the Cardinals, riding off CG, and we rattled out 7 straight wins. We got ourselves together, got a lot of breakouts going on. Rondell Mills is a superstar. Isaiah Simmons is a superstar. Cole is at number 3, didn't really move that much. He jumps the Chargers. The Chargers falls down to 4. Due to that head-to-head game, that was a great game. Cole winning by the field goal, so we'll give it to him. But the Chargers 4. And then we'll have Pittsburgh as the last one-loss team. He just coming out the loss to a new user joining the league midway through the season, something you don't want to see and stuff like that. But I have no problems. I think Crispy's going to turn it around, and it's not good with that one game affecting him.
I'm pretty sure he bounced back the next week with like 6 or 7 touchdown passes or something.
Yeah, he threw 8 touchdowns to Davis Mills. Yeah. Still threw 3 picks, but he threw 8 touchdowns. So. But
I mean, it was against the worst team in the league right now, but
Yeah, also very true. We're not kidding when we say worst. It really is the worst team in the league right now. We love you, Heck, but the Eagles are not. Eagles fly are flightless right now. We got BJ here, losing to the Tampa Bay in that slow-paced game, stuff like that, and a forced loss, so it has him at number 6 right now. New York Giants, obviously, BJ absolutely broke the brakes off the Giants. Giants maybe had a bad game, stuff like that. Aaron Rodgers was on a different level. The Vikings just coming off another loss. His only losses of the year is to me and BJ, the 1 and the 2 seed right now in the NFC. So he's not losing the chumps. Lost tough games, but in those tough games, he couldn't keep it close, stuff like that. He's making some adjustments here and there. You can see he has the potential, but he's got to put all the piece together. Falcons just coming off the loss. They just lost the Chargers this week as we're making this video. So, we're currently in week 9. And then the Jets rounding out the top 10. So, BJ, do you see any complaints about this? Do you have any surprises right now as you look at the list?
No. I think everybody is pretty much at some good spots right now. I do believe that I don't know. I think Crispy probably is going to jump up a little bit higher. I think he'll be in that top 3 at some point.
For sure. I can see Crispy going back in the top 3, but just based off the 1 losses and when it happened and stuff like that, where we're sitting at right now, it just happened to fall in when we're making the power rankings, unfortunately. So
yeah, Crispy's only problem right now is just that he hasn't really had any comp games to see where he's at.
Yeah, a definite game. Hey, this is why I can hold my hand. He tried to hit the Bills. Snow has been hit or miss this year. Snow's either been on his game or completely off his game.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see that. But I think that's just 1 win right now. It's staying there. We go through all the other teams that are ranked above him right now. Built that 1 loss, like the Cardinals. I got the Vikings. We just played up. We control the whole game, and they get that. That's a quality win against a team that's in the playoffs. There's only 2 losses or 2 people in the top 10 power ranking.
But it only really takes 1 week.
For sure. Anything can happen.
He plays Cam and beats Cam. I think should be number 1.
Yeah, depending where we're at in the season. I mean, that Denver has the Chargers win, obviously, and his one loss is to Cam, who's number 1, and Chargers 1 loss is to Cole. So it's we look at where the losses of when it's happened. So my loss happened at the beginning of the season, and we've changed the team, and everything's been reverse 180. If my loss was a couple weeks ago, stuff like that, yeah, Chris, we're ranked higher. So, but going on to the next part of this segment, this episode, we got the head commish, Mr. Cole Hill, with us today.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, the Minnesota Vikings diehard fan. The head.
We're gonna win Sunday. We ain't worried.
Okay. Head commish brought me into the league and stuff like that. Then I took over this co-commish role last year after season 1. And ever since been updating, trying to create content for the league and like that. But Cole's judgment. Cole wanted to be a part of the video, so we said, you know what? No better way to get him into the Q&A and stuff like that. Welcome, Cole. Me and BJ are excited to have you on here. I'll start with the first question is, since you've been joining this league, since you've been running this league for a while now, how would you rank this season so far? We're only at the beginning stages, but what do you see as the future for this league this year? Last year, we were able to get almost a full 5 seasons before we rebooted. What do you think is possible this year, this season, and with how Matt has been playing and how people are interested in staying contested in this league?
That's a great question. My response to that would be, I hope that we don't have to reboot it all this year, and that we could just keep a whole 32-man league the whole year. That is my goal, and that we can get everybody streaming, and we can, support each other as streamers, help each other get the viewerships, and pretty much make a very entertaining league. This season's been very a big thriller. I think this has been probably one of the fun season 1s I've been a part of. So I think there's been a lot of good games, and I think also that there's not a clear Super Bowl one yet. So I think it's gonna be a very interesting end of season.
Hey CG, turn your mic down a little bit, your volume down.
I got it.
You're fine.
Cool. So, Cole, how are you? You had a big win. When was it? A couple of weeks ago, you had a game of the week against the Chargers. What were you thinking in that game there?
I was thinking my game plan coming in, I knew Mike Williams is such a big threat, and I knew that Neil likes to use him as his number 1 option in the offense. So my goal to come in was stopping him and Austin Eckler. I did the first part I did okay at. The second part I did pretty good at. And then I made the adjustment in the Dower defense in the second half, and I think that gave him a little bit of trouble. I gave him some different looks than I did in the first half, and I think also making the sub, like Cole mentioned, that Monte Nicholson and the sub linebacker did, I think that did the job because he got 2 picks in that half, so I think that sealed the deal for me. And the offense did their job, and we played patient football, and we took it with the games. So
in that game, what's the difference between a week or 2 before when you were playing Cam? What do you think was your biggest, the change that you were looking to make as you were, playing this game and compared to the one against Cam?
The biggest difference I made is I think that going into playing Cam is that I played Jonathan Taylor, and I knew Jonathan Taylor would be a big threat. I also didn't think that Matt Ryan would be as big a threat as he was that game. He gunned me out very well. Pause. But yeah. But compared to playing Herbert, where Herbert's obviously has the X factor and he's a very gun throwing quarterback, and he's got good throw power, good accuracy, and all that. Herbert's going to come in and throw the ball, and especially the Chargers offense, he likes to throw the ball. Cam is more of a conservative play caller where he's kind of more of a 50-50 player, but he will more of a lean to a 70-31 game.
Okay.
So that is just my take on it. I mean, different people have different takes on it, but I played Cam in different Maddens, and I know how he plays. And this year, I think he's probably the best I've seen him play out of all the Maddens I've played him in so far.
Yeah, it was interesting to see that. I mean, Cam has a different aspect of how he plays it, but his play style hasn't changed from Madden to Madden. But it's like this Madden fits his play style, playing sort of taking the chances when he can. So I can see that a lot happening. So Cole, I mean, you've been in the league for a while, but running the league. We always argued about how many Super Bowls has won over all time and stuff like that. So supposedly you still have the record, even though you didn't win the Super Bowl last year. So we are not counting the last. We are not counting the last. Okay, sure. Well, have your participation trophy Super Bowl if you really want to hang your hat on that one, sure.
Yeah.
But speaking about that, out of all the times you've been playing Madden, what year, doesn't matter what Madden, what users surprised you the most by how dominant they were in that one Madden season? It could be any Madden, any stuff like that, but you're like, damn, this guy really can't be beat. Like he hasn't even shown any hint of losing a game in that Madden.
Does he just want you to say him?
No,
that's what I'm asking. I mean, I feel like this is just a setup question.
I will say this: in Madden 21, I think it was Brees or something like that. I mean, someone was untouchable. No one could beat him, and I was like, even though you thought you had a chance, people had a chance when they played me. It was I wasn't always blowing people out. People had a chance, and it's just we just executed and finished following. I mean, all the Super Bowls were all one single score games. But it was Madden 21. It was before we merged it to FTX. There's one guy in there no one could touch. It was I forget who it was, but I mean he just ran away with it. What?
You're talking about Sergio?
Yeah, Sergio,
yep.
Sergio, you weren't here, BJ, but Sergio took the Detroit Lions and made them look like the Avengers. It was insane how well he played with them.
Yeah, and I ended up in this division, and me and him went to war, and I finally beat him in the playoffs, and I finally got my Super Bowl, and I finally played him in the Super Bowl, and I beat him eventually. But
yeah, so going back to that, Cole, what is out of your Maddens? Which one's been your favorite Madden since you've been running this league and stuff like that? That's maybe from your own dominance, hey, I was really good at that Madden, or from very competitive games and everyone's well balanced. There's not a clear favorite. So,
that's a very good question, Quan. Actually, I did not think about this question before I came on here. So far this year, gameplay wise, has been very fun to watch. I think I used to not be into watching people's streams, but now as the years have gone on, I've been trying to support you guys more, and I feel like this year you guys have been giving me good games to watch, so I will continue to watch them. Trying to think, my favorite Madden gameplay wise, probably Madden 19. I would say is probably my favorite.
What's a Madden? What was Madden 19? What was the usually a meta every year? But what was Madden 19? I remember it was something crazy that year. I know Madden 20.
That's out of it. Wait,
Madden 20 was the super linebacker. You literally the linebacker just jump through the roof and you pick it. So you would just want to have a linebacker. And just you want to have Isaiah Simmons or a guy like that to say, hey, sit there in the middle. They literally jump through the roof. Madden 21. I don't know what the meta was that year because that was when we crossed Gen 2 and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to figure out what the meta was that year. That was the first year transfer next gen, and everyone will agree.
Oh no, that was the tight end delay.
Oh,
Yeah, the tight end delay year. Yep.
Yeah, that was the tight end.
That was when I found that on you. I found that watching a Problem Right Bunny one day, and then all of a sudden it just clicked, and it just came.
Yeah, sit it on a tight end delay and roll out. This is throw a cross body with your ability quarterback and it catch. Madden 22 was that defense absolutely was miserable and no one could play defense. So if you know what you're doing on offense, you had a great shot. And it was the spraying that skate bars are rolling out of the pocket 24/7 fun time. So Madden 23, there's really not a meta. There's like some defensive metas and stuff like that, but it's like they've been patchy and slow and stuff like that. It's just there's certain things about the game that just don't make sense. Like aggressive catches, I get it. But it shouldn't be like almost every single time your guy tries to go up and he just comes down with it. Tim Patrick and Derwin James, but we're not going to bring up other games.
I believe Madden 19 was the stretch.
Yeah, that was the
no, that was Madden 20.
No, that was Madden 19. Madden 20 was a super linebacker. Madden 19.
I think it's the other way around.
No, Madden 20 was a super linebacker. Madden 19 was a stretch. You run stretch right. Stretch right.
Nice for the offensive game.
And that was on the old gen, so all you had to do was stop, and you got to literally stop and move on a dime. So
stop and go. Yeah, that was a great Madden.
Yeah, so
get a fast running back like Breida and stretch play every play.
Yeah, I will say this Madden's been my favorite, but obviously, Cole, you said it, but I agree with you. This league, this Madden, is very competitive, wide open, so it makes fans more interesting. So I have one more question. DJ might have another question, but I'll send off one question though, Cole. Why don't you do anything as a commit? I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna go there. Hey, there's kids watching this. Don't you dare put them off. So my last question is, you see where the league is at right now. What do you see for the future of the league and stuff like that? We talked a little bit already about it, but overall goal picture, like maybe this year or maybe next year, what's your big goal to get for the league for the NML?
I think my big long-term goal is to somehow get us a sponsored league. I think somehow I want us to get us sponsored. I think if everybody keeps doing their part, I think my big long-term goal is to get a sponsorship. I think I want to, get somebody sponsor us, and we can keep streaming. We can just keep getting revenue, keep doing what we love. That's my goal. If we get there, I don't know, but that is my goal. That is what I want us to do.
The sponsorship. You do work at Buffalo Wild Wings, so that you can maybe throw some pitches into your other managers, just to try to get up to corporate and stuff like that. But if everyone keeps streaming and creating that content, man, it's possible. So
that means I need y'all to subscribe, share. Get us. I feel like right now I have the spot on my YouTube channel where we can, bring some popularity in, since, the videos are on my YouTube channel. So we can get some stuff going if we can share, do some likes, shares, give me some love somewhere. But I know Cole, I think Cole has to go. But last question I have is the one thing that we asked Cam, your top 5 users that you played against. What's your top 5?
In this league or any league?
Any league anybody that's been in your league, top 5.
Like anybody that's just been in the short term? Oh boy, that's a good question.
It could be from R2G and stuff like that. This league you've been part of, not someone that you haven't never played against. So
okay, fair enough. Okay. I'm trying to think. Sergio ended up in my league for a little bit. So I would have to throw him in there. I'm not gonna throw a top 5 because that's kind of hard on the spot. Major was the one that upset my 3-peat in Madden 17. He also taught me how to play a lot of defense in Madden 17. And also, I was the only player that ever won a defensive MVP with a linebacker and a defensive rookie and best linebacker, all in one player as a rookie. So I will say JT Cooper did it. Just to chime in about Brian Burns.
Okay, JT Cooper. Don't know who that is.
6'7".
Yeah, he's definitely not in the league anymore. But okay, keep going.
He had his rookie year and then phased out. But anyways, back on topic. Colton, obviously you're up there, 6-time champ. We played in the playoffs a couple times. Blew my ass out plenty of times. I won once. I'll take my pride in that one win. But
my Jesus Christ, the Falcons Super Bowl doesn't count.
It's all right, one win. That's all that matters. Anyways, like I think Brits is definitely in my top 5, and then I'm trying to think Super Bowl winners that like dominated my league. I would say, BJ, you're definitely up there. I think you're definitely like an honorable mention. I would like 5th out. Fuck you, Crispy. I'm going Groovy. Groovy number 5.
I mean, there's another guy you didn't even say that I'm surprised that you brought me into another league to play him so I could beat him.
Oh, Bolt's never been in my league though.
Oh, okay. I guess I count.
So I try to keep the bias.
Okay. I see. That's been actually in this league in particular. Okay, I can understand that then.
Yeah, I try to keep it into this league majorly. Like I've at least played one game in here.
Okay. That makes sense then. I forgot Bolt never actually played a game in this league. So
he talked about coming in for 23, but it just didn't end up working out. So
who cares?
I ain't worried about it. I'm gonna be in that list this year because I'm about to get like 2 or 3 this year.
Yeah, BJ, you can make a name for yourself. I told you, honorable mention. That 5th spot all up for grabs. Groovy ain't here no more. So
Yeah, someone else needs to win a Super Bowl. I swear, if I win like the first 2 Super Bowls, I might just quit playing Madden and say until someone wins another one. But I don't see that happening. So, but if you guys somehow manage to let me sneak my way through and win a Super Bowl again, I think I might just lose my mind.
I will be joining you in losing your mind, Cole.
I mean, it's a lot of people that was talking like we were just trash last year, apparently. But they should be able to take care of that, and it shouldn't happen the way they're talking.
Yeah. We're not throwing names. Nelly, sorry, his name's a slip off the top of my
Crispy,
tongue. So, yeah, I said that. Please, let's do. I do it. Like I don't like last year. It was fun when we did the first 3. But then when it got to the point where I won both, but I took the Detroit Lions, said, "Hey, I'm gonna rebuild the Lions," and it's just I don't like. We want new guys so we can like shine them out and stuff like that. So let's see. I have faith that we have it this year. I have faith, No person in this man is dominant. Everyone, any game anything can happen. So
yeah, it was a sick back call. Now you took Cam Newton out of his prime to the Super Bowl and won it. It was not fun for me to see that.
Yeah, that wasn't fun for our lovely guy that's not in the league anymore. And Dell, he was frazzled. So, but Cole, thanks for joining us. We appreciate your time. I know you have to get going, so we appreciate it.
Pleasure having me. Thank you for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So, with that, me and BJ will wrap up the show real quick. BJ, thanks so much. Another week done, stuff like that. We're halfway through this season. I mean, that is just beginning as a personal aspect of things, but I can only see how far this is gonna keep going. So, you got any final thoughts for today?
I guess we need to give Crispy's best friend some attention. We never mentioned him, Jackson.
Yeah, you're right. We did talk about Joe and Jackson. Jackson came into the league. I think it was Crispy's burner account or something. It was something of that nature. But Jackson came in to already on 2 start the Bengals. The Bengals are not a bad team, so he's trying to right the ship, get them in the direction. But he is in Crispy's division. So Crispy might lose games, who knows? Or maybe Crispy is having 2 remotes play at the same time. Maybe it's his burner account. So, but all due respect, we welcome Jackson to the league. If you guys have got people one-on-one join the league, send them our way. We'll put them on the wait list, stuff like that. We got a list. But it's just getting shorter and shorter though. But we still have like 5 or 6 users on that list. So
yeah. So
welcome Jackson and Joe. Welcome to the league, fellas.
I wanted to say something because that was one person I forgot to mention when we were talking about playoff races, and I know he's trying to make a run into the playoff. So
good point, very very fair point. That part.
Good luck to him on that. But yeah,
I mean, it's possible. It's 3-5, so it's possible. But all right, appreciate guys. We'll keep you tuned for next week, and we'll have a different segment there, maybe a different guy for the Q&A section. But all in all, have a great night. Enjoy your night. Peace.
Peace.
love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time